You may be tempted to use a Motorola commercial radio on a trunked radio system to monitor that system. But if you do that, you can find yourself in a world of trouble. And in fact, there are some people out there that have found themselves with hefty fines from the FCC. And here's how it happens. You see, when you're on a trunked radio system using a commercial radio, it can be a two-way communication. And you may not even realize that the radio that you are using is transmitting back to a system that you may not be authorized to be on. You see, every time you listen to a talk group, you may be affiliating. You may be saying to the system, hey, here's my radio ID. Am I allowed to be here? And the system might say yes, or it might say no. And if you have a radio ID that's already in use someplace else, that can send off alarm bells in a system admin user interface that says we've got the same radio ID showing up in multiple locations. When this happens, at best case, your radio is stunned, and that means it's a brick. But if it gets to an extreme situation where the FCC is brought in to investigate an unauthorized user on a public safety system, this is when you can find yourself owing tens of thousands of dollars in fines to the FCC for unauthorized use of a trunked radio system. So, if you're going to monitor a trunked radio system and you don't know what you're doing with a commercial radio, it is safest and best to have a scanner. A scanner will not transmit, and it will not authorize itself to be on a system. It's a passive device. And as a scanner radio user, that is my best advice to you. Don't use a commercial radio unless you're authorized to be on a system.